Hello, my name is Dennis Braun. I'm the founder of Blueprint Asia. We're cheerleaders for all of the 52 countries in Asia, from Tokyo to Tel Aviv, from Melbourne to Moscow. And we lay out a 60-year plan for the future of this great continent on the website at www.blueprintasia.com. And that plan calls for some common security, common defense, the development of a common currency, integrated infrastructure, a common tourism and business visa, as well as common policies with respect to trade and commerce. This DVD is made for you in a confidential manner and is being distributed to each of the heads of state, the presidents or prime minister, the cabinet, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the head of the central bank, and is going to each of the 52 countries. 4 copies to each country. The primary purpose of this confidential tape is to encourage the leaders of the 52 countries in Asia to create a new organization that I call the Organization of Dollar Creditor Nations, a cartel of all countries in Asia which have at least 25% of their foreign reserves held in U.S. currency, U.S. equities, or treasury bills or U.S. bonds. If you have more than 20% of your foreign reserves in this currency or in British securities, bonds, and British currency, then we encourage you to gather together in this cartel and be able to protect the value of the foreign reserves of all Asian countries. The situation in the United States with the subprime debt crisis has the potential to grow into a virtual economic collapse and a complete disaster. I'm very suspicious of the activities of the leading brokerage firms on Wall Street and the leading investment houses with respect to their policies on retaining equity certificates. And I will explain to you later what this suspicion is, but if this suspicion is true, then all of the trust in the governance of that stock exchange and the financial system in the United States will just disappear in a cloud of dust. So the prime purpose of the Organization of Dollar Creditor Nations, ODCN, will be to seek premium interest rates on future bonds and treasury bills that may be purchased. An additional quarter point or half point interest rate as a premium. Number 2, to demand collateral from the United States government to back up the value of those bonds in either gold reserves, silver, platinum, or uranium reserves. Number 3, I request that each country in the Organization of Dollar Creditor Nations, whether you're in that organization or not in that organization, please take delivery of all your securities and all of your reserves. Do not leave anything in holding in the United States. Close all of your bank accounts and your brokerage accounts in the United States. Take delivery of all of your certificates and all of your bonds. Do not let them be held by the United States Reserve in New York or Philadelphia or any other reserve bank or any other institution within the United States. Get them out as fast as possible. There are a lot of counterfeit U.S. currency in the Asian countries as well. There are a lot of counterfeit bonds and stock certificates. We will collect these counterfeits and begin a class action lawsuit against the United States government to recover the value of those counterfeit documents. Finally, And most importantly, the main purpose of the Organization of Dollar Creditor Nations will be to assemble a legal team and go to the Supreme Court in the United States and the World Court in The Hague to seek a ruling with respect to our position if and when the United States government may default on its national debt. Impossible, since they would merely just print more money. Or through their government policies allow the value of that dollar and the value of our foreign reserve assets that we have in dollar-denominated bonds and equities or currency to devalue more than some base number, 20%, 25%, the organization will decide. So that we will know from these courts what our position will be with respect to our ability to be able to recover the value of our assets either through the seizure or confiscation of American assets on our soils. These may be oil and gas concessions, mineral concessions, factories, buildings, property. They may be bank accounts, they may be brokerage accounts, a various number forms of assets that we will have the ability then to seize, confiscate, or freeze. I ask you to meet together as quickly as you can, either in a future ASEAN meeting or a SCO meeting or other international forum where your ministers will gather, and as quickly as possible put this organization together. I am happy to do anything you want me to in terms of leading in the formation of that organization and handling the administration of that organization. I would be honored to do so. I thank you for your time.